Hi everyone, Scorp here, starting a new playthrough of Duelist the Roses Gemini. So somebody in the comments had asked me to go through the game with all of the enemy decks. But you can't really do that because the deck costs are a problem. So I'm going through with the lowest deck cost deck, an exact copy of Bakura's deck. In the challenge version. You guys probably haven't seen all of the cards. You probably didn't even know he had Petite Moths in there. Or Pupa. Or Cocoons. It's kind of by design to make them brick a little bit more. And make them more available to the player if they want them. But yeah, this deck is going to be absolutely silly. So let's get started. We have a whole bunch of leader powers and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, if you're wondering how I got all the cards to start the game, I used Cheat Engine. I was needing to make a new save that has all of the cards available in it. For myself, so I figured this is... Wow, that's a utterly broken opener. I'm sorry, Weevil. I should go over all of the leader powers. The opponent has extended support range, decrease strength for enemy, and increase strength for self, or for insects. What did insects decrease? Kind of forgot. Well, I don't need to use this because it's a Dragamo. I forget what insects decrease. Probably something silly. Probably plants or something. Unfortunately for Weevil, we drew the Giga Nuts. And Weevil drew a Javelin Beetle Pact. So, slots are not going to matter in this because I already have all the cards, and I'm not going to change the deck the whole time. So this is pretty much just going to be kind of a race through the game. Huh? Okay, it is a monster. I should also go over my deck leader abilities. I have, as you could see, Life Point regen. So that's 250 life points a turn. That was changed by the mod to be that much. It used to be 50 and it was just an annoying waste of time, so there's that. I have direct damage halved, so if an enemy creature attacks me, its damage is halved. Extended support range, so a 5x5 instead of a 3x3 for all of my abilities. Increased strength for plants by 500. Spellbind enemies. I believe I spellbind dragons, and I think I destroy rocks. Or something like that. I believe Stone D lovers are in shambles. At even opening Pug'em, Weevil could kind of fight back because he drew a Man-Eater bug. So he's not completely defenseless, but that was pretty brutal. It doesn't matter what I get here, so... As I said, I already gave myself 9 of every card. So this is the Bakura playthrough. Yeah, the biggest problem is going to be things like toon terrain, which I'll just go ahead and get out of the way now. Because I can do nothing to toon terrain to make it easier. Also, wasteland terrain is going to be a problem, although that's what the insects are for. I'm also doing this on the challenge version because I don't need a Labyrinth Breaker in my deck, and none of the opponents in the game actually use Labyrinth Breakers. I do have an inevitability. I always eventually win the game. So that's something to keep in mind because of my leader powers. And I have access to Puggums, so like we have access to a whole bunch of really good stuff. Also, I haven't drawn any of the equips in this deck, which is absolutely absurd to not draw the gigantic pile of equips that are in this deck. I mean, I guess Cocoon of Evolution, but it's more of a fusion. But, like, there's, like, over 9 equips in this deck, so we should be drawing equips, like, way too often. And we're just drawing monsters, which is probably okay, but... I'm just gonna do this. $2,500 is not nearly enough for Pegasus, so I'll get a little bit bigger before we go in. $3,500 should tie a Toon Summon Skull without an equip in his leader range. Yikes. 2 equips is not cool. But we have all the time we want in this deck, so we can flip this Pupa and get the inevitability going. You know, I really want to see what that card is that he double equipped. Oh, that's not the card he double equipped. Oh well. It's fine. That's a trap. That is definitely a speller trap. I'll just do one of these. I noticed the card right in front of that is also a speller trap, so... the dark plants in this deck are also basically our only removal, So if something's going to be a real big problem, we can use Dark Plant on it. Okay. Yeah, we're probably in a decent spot here. This card was like triple equipped, so I'm kind of being cautious around it. Yeah. 2 more equips, sir. Okay, this is probably not going to get beat over, so... I don't have increased resistance for same type friendlies, so... I don't have the full suite of basically immunity that I'd love to have. I'm worried about this. Yeah, okay. It's kind of what I expected. It's only 800 though, so... This should still not be able to be beat over. Especially since I decreased his creature's strength some more. And he's probably running lower on equips now. Ooh, rude. Very, very rude, sir. It's actually going to be kind of a bit of an issue. Well, I guess we can make it a whole lot less of an issue. But we're going to mess up the board a lot in the process. Oh, I should have just taken hits from that Bakura box. I have so many life points. Okay. Oh, goody. Make Haribo stolen equip. This is... Yeah, it's kills. Okay, good. It took a while. But having to deal with toon terrain is kind of annoying. Yeah, one of the biggest problems we're going to have is we don't have any way to fix the terrain for ourselves. But that should be okay. There's not really anything we need to get out of this run, or any slots or anything. As I said, we have 3 of every card. Also, this side's going to be way harder than the other side, because we have plants, and there's mostly wasteland on this side. The other side mostly doesn't have wasteland. So, get rid of the wasteland problem first. Also, insects aren't reduced by wasteland, so... But, I don't think anyone was probably expecting this Bakura to have such a broken deck, but I mean, I gave some of these later game opponents some pretty nasty decks. Even the ones that are under 400 deck cost. And honestly, the Pupa of Moth is only in this deck entirely so that it was less degenerate for the player. Like, I could have just left it at like 331 deck cost. I could have swapped out the Pupa of Moth for a Call of the Haunted and called it a day. I thought I'd put Tears of the Mermaid in the deck though, and I definitely didn't. Yeah, Wasteland Terrain, not great. Call of the Haunted would make it a lot better. But Bakura was designed with he's just gonna play on a forest terrain, on forest field, and if his opponent switches the field around on him, he's just gonna deal. And probably not deal very well. I could switch his AI to something like Weevil that would actually use these pupas and the larva of Moth properly. But then he just runs across the field, which is kind of funny. I'm almost surprised I'm not getting bogged down by Eclipse yet. Also, the best thing about Perfectly Ultimate is you can tell where monster spell and traps are. Also, in this version of the mod, Tamasaurus is only a captain. It only has movement boost for same type friendlies. Which, if the AI knew what it was doing, it would completely nullify Serpent Marauder's effect, but the AI does not know what it's doing. Big surprise. But that only works within his leader range, so it kind of is what it is. What could have you possibly wanted to attack with there, buddy? Oh wow, Goblin Secret Remedy. Man's not scared of anything. Oh, a Serpentine Princess, huh? Now, to troll the AI with his own Serpent Marauder, because he doesn't know how to switch it out of defense. It's just so sad. I'm not particularly playing quick, especially against this wasteland terrain. Although I'm pretty sure I could have just rushed this guy down. Why are you running at me with this pot the trick, sir? Oh yeah, I destroy rocks. I didn't really want to destroy that rock, but I did. I would like him to attack me. Because then I don't have to chase him down. Goodbye, rock. By the way, reptiles, their leader power destroys all insects. So, just saying, if you have problems with Weevil, that might be a part of a solution. I mean, that's still not even, like, fixing half of the problems from his deck, but it's an idea. I think I've shown how to beat him multiple times on the regular version of the game, but figured I'd at least bring it up. Again, slots don't matter, nothing matters for cards, since I already have everything and I'm playing through with this deck the entire time. There's like 2 more people that have Wasteland in this entire game, so we might as well just go get them out of the way as the next 2. Getting the hard people out of the way first, and then the rest of this run should get easier and easier. Although the second half is going to be annoying, because some of those enemies have some really nasty traps that we can't really play around with this deck, but we'll do what we can. I hear you. That's fine, I guess. You played a monster. I have to remember, he likes to use dark holes. What was it, buddy? Oh. That's not fun for me to deal with. As you guys can see, Monster Eye has a pretty good effect. Now I get to just trade off a unequipped creature for the thing that would have paralyzed me infinitely. I've got another turn before I need to do anything over there. Just get this out of my hand. Start its clock. We'll do this. He should just straight up attack into it, even though it has 1,500 points worth of equips on it. Oh, that's even more unfortunate. Oh well, that's 2,900 damage is 2,900 damage. I've got to get through my deck a bit. My opponent's actually kind of keeping up with me and getting through the deck, so... Which is surprising for this deck of Bakuras is meant to go through cards at an incredible rate. Here, we'll just do this and put this in defense. And see if he can get over it. Okay. Well, there goes my two Puggums, but that's okay. Good thing I haven't been getting through my deck that quickly. This could be a 4,000 attack beat stick. Hopefully he doesn't Dark Hole me again, but I mean, he just used one, so... I thought he was going to... Dark Hole me when he flipped that card. As always, Pumpkin is very weak to one thing, and it's called Cursebreaker. So let's see if I can bait him down to attack me. Nope. Okay. Want to attack that, buddy? Okay. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of damage here. But I want to make a point against Pumpkins. This was not the right play. but I just wanted to point out, like, the infinite buff of Pumpkins is kind of weak overall, because you can just kind of lose the game. Like when your opponent just blast spheres you, or dark plants you, or literally anything. Go, Karibo! Invisible wire. Go, Karibo! Karibo just got rid of a white hole. Nice. Okay, that card next to him is a monster. And I'm 50 damage short of lethal. There we go. See? Easy. But yeah, infinitely buffing things with Pumpkin is really bad, because if your opponent just has a couple pieces of easy removal, you instantly lose the game. After you wasted 40 turns. And some of these opponents definitely have plenty of removal, like Fiend's Hands, Snake Hair, Dark Holes, just to name a few from Necromancer. Okay, well, next up will be Keith, but that's going to wait for tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough as Bakura, where we're probably just going to run over the entire game because this deck is insanely broken. So thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.